walk followed by an error put him in the predicament in the second inning. He'd love to have a quick one here in the third. Curve slide sweeper.
Did you just make that up?
Whatever that was, it seemed to change directions a couple of different times, and Myers did everything he did just to get a piece of it, protect the plate, make sure that was not going to be strike three. Grisey straightens one back out, but that's up high, 1-2. This one hits solidly over the head of Wes Kendrick at second. Solid single with one away for Wyatt Myers. First base hit of the ball game for the home team Huskies.
Yeah, that was a base hit right off the bat.
One down, Tide. One down.
As soon as that one touched the bat, you know that was going to be a base hit.
Wes Kendrick put a little effort into it, but it was well above his head. Way out of reach. That'll bring up Keaton Cole. Cole had a walk and then a stolen base. Out in front of a big curveball to start, and he's behind in the count 0-1.
Getting the shades, he's looking right into the sun.
Yeah, I was going to say the left-handed batters, you do stare relatively straight into the sun.
I guess that
well, it's
tough to adjust it under the helmet.
Well,
like
the helmets and the earpieces are so tight.
Yep.
They don't always fit. So he'll make the best of it. Squinting against the sun, he's got a runner at first base. One out here in the bottom of the third inning, and another wild breaking pitch from Grisey. It was in the dirt, and fortunately hit our umpire, so didn't get too far away, but far enough. And Myers alertly over to second base on the wild pitch.
Now with just one away and a runner in scoring position, an opportunity for Andover to score the first run of the game.
Coe drops down a beauty of a bunt, and he's maybe going to beat it out there, bringing the lead run home, and Andover is on the board. Myers never stopped. Coon Rapids not focused on the lead runner, who never slowed at second base, turned and came home.
That's just hustle.
And Coe beat it out. It is a beauty of a bunt, and it was a close play at first base. But I think about the only one that knew that it was coming back home was Lechner.
Yep.
Infield single for Keaton Coe on the bunt, and he'll get the RBI as well. Strong base running for Wyatt Myers. And Drew Law at the plate trying to keep things rolling. Law popped up to shortstop his first time up. And a good-looking breaking pitch that bends in the right spot, gets Grisey ahead in the count, 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike, 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, I like the thought, moving the base runner along and forcing the defense to make a play, but however, now all of a sudden it's 0-2, takes that bunt situation out of your hands.
One already across. They chase Coe back to the bag at first. We saw his speed in the first inning. He had a stolen base, and he was going to steal third, but it turned out to be the end of the inning. He is bouncing well off the bag. This one hit well into left field. And on a hop, scooped up by Califoot. 3 straight singles for the Huskies. And we talked about it first time through the order. Top 2 guys hitting 350 plus. The 3 hitter hitting 400 plus. It's a formidable lineup.
It really is. And, you know, and they get on a roll and they start seeing pitches, and they can score multiple runs here in this inning if they have the opportunity.
2 on, 1 out for Jackson Knutson. Grounded out to first base back in the first inning. Now with those runners on, one already across, trying to extend his team's lead. But waiting for his pitch, now 2-0. Both runners go. The pitch is high. The throw goes to third. It is not in time. A double steal with Coe leading the way, going second to third.
Yeah, again, that's just a nice call. You know, you're going to test your catcher's arm. You're going to force the defense again to make a play. And they came out on top on that one.
And the pitch missed inside, so now 3-0 to Jackson Knutson. Knutson taking all the way, get me over changeup, makes it 3-1. Knutson got a piece, but it ends up in the mitt of Price Karen, and it's a full count.
And again, because they would love to get him at the plate. Pretty good hitter, leading RBI producer for the Huskies.
Instead, a breaking pitch misses down and away and loads the bases on a walk.
Oh, an opportunity for Danny Scheller. See if he can break open this inning as Matt Mossey's going to take a walk to the mound to talk to his pitcher. In a situation where gets a pretty good hitting ball club and you've got bases loaded and just one away. And kind of talk things over a little bit.
Third walk issued by Grisey in this ball game. And after getting a ground out on a gift, first pitch of this inning was the bunt attempt by Ethan Wallen that was played a little too strong towards third. And it was a good play by Fanoff.
Yeah, it was.
But since then, 3 straight singles, including the bunt that drove in the first run for Keaton Coe. The 3 straight singles and then a walk, and it's a 1-0 lead. Bases are loaded, only 1 out. And Danny Scheller digs in. Scheller walked leading off the second inning and moved from first to third on a throwing error as they tried to pick him off. Now a chance to do some real damage with the bases full of his boys and only 1 away. One-0 pitch stays high. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Grisey has nowhere to put him.
Well, and as that situation progresses, the hitter's mouth waters, knowing pitchers are putting themselves in a position they have to throw something meaty. Down and in, 3-0.
Oh yeah, now strike's coming here. We'll see if Scheller has the green light.
I would doubt he has the green light.
I'm sure not. But if it gets a fat pitch, you just don't know. I'm sure he's gonna take this pitch. Nope.
You were wrong. It was meaty. It was there. And Scheller came up empty. He did have the green light. And it's 3-1.
Should have stuck to my first thought.
I talked you out of it.
You did. You have that way about you.
Another strike thrown from Braden Grisey. He gets it back to a full count. 1 out. Bases loaded. And that is called strike 3. Scheller would like to disagree, but he is headed back to the dugout. Grisey trying to work out of another sticky situation. Brett Butner had a golden opportunity, a runner at third base, nobody out. His first time up, and he popped it straight up. Now an opportunity to really help his cause.
Taking a look at that.
It's right on the letters. It's It's a tough one to take, but
it is. But you want to three balls, you think, oh, you're going to get an opportunity to get a free base. Boy, I tell you, if they can get out of this inning with just one run for the Cardinals, it would be huge in the field.
1-0 count to Buettner. Down and in, 2-0. Curveball hit well to left center, and it's over the head of Sharp in center field. 2 runs are in. Here comes the third, a bases clearing double for Brett Buettner.
I don't know if he just misjudged it in center field.
And just like that, it is a 4-0 lead for Andover.
Yeah, I think he just misjudged that. Maybe he didn't feel that ball was going to travel as far as it did. And I know that Reese is not happy with himself in that situation, because all of a sudden now it's 4-0. Well, you could have maybe have gotten out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a big miss for a Coon Rapids team, as we talked about. You know, struggling, have given up a lot of runs through the early part of the season, have not been able to produce too many runs, and you know, an opportunity to get out of a jam in that situation against a big conference rival.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cardinals certainly struggling, looking for that first win.
Kuznia, 8th batter of the inning for the Huskies. They've scored 4. They've got Buettner at second. Kuznia popped up to short. This one driven to center. Another chance for Sharp. And he dropped it in and out of his mitt. This one's going to be an error. It's going to allow another run to score. And just like that, Andover's up 5.
A tough inning in the field for that young man right there.
And sometimes when it rains, it pours.
It does. I mean, that's just one that he'd catch 9 times out of 10. Unfortunately, that was the one time that it went off his glove.
And they have now batted the order. Jacob Cook, the only strikeout victim the first time through the order, ended the second inning. Grisey would love to fan him again and get him to end the third inning as well, because he is desperate to get back to the dugout after a couple of opportunities have been missed. And the lead has grown for the Huskies. And that one hit him.
Well, we've seen our fair share of hit batters this season for the Cardinals.
I think we've seen more than our fair share.
Yeah, we've seen that's a
couple of years worth.
13 so far that we've seen in the,
at least.
Yeah,
it's our 4th game. Can we do another game in the middle?
This is our 4th game.
Because I know we've done
4 in a row.
Centennial and Anoka were both. They had 6 in each of those 2. Yep. I don't remember. I could look back in between innings. So Ethan Wallen dropped down a bunt and just put a little too much on it to start this inning. It was a ground out to third base. Now he comes up with 2 away, a runner at second base, 5 runs on the board. And looking to prolong the pain of Cardinal pitcher Braden Grisey. And Grisey behind in the count now, 3-0. That was a gift to Braden Grisey from our umpire.
Really?
Called the strike and keeps this at bat going at 3-1. 2 on, 2 out. That is ball 4, and they're all loaded up again.
He just delayed the walk by a pitch.
So Wyatt Myers started the rally with a solid single. Scored the first run of the ball game. Going second to home on a bunt. I think his was the one that was sharply hit right over the head of second baseman Liam West Kendrick. This one skied, will stay in the infield. Wes Kendrick looking for it and not able to make the adjustment. Both he and Lechner were looking for it, trying to adjust. It falls. Grisey cannot believe it as another run scores. And it is now 6-0 Andover.
Yeah, it's been a tough inning for the Coon Rapids Cardinals.
2-run score. Sorry.
Yeah.
7.
They have 6 on the scoreboard.
Well, that was bases loaded. Ethan Wallen is now at third. So second error of the inning. And Keaton Coe dropped the beauty of a bunt and beat it out with the wheels. As a stolen base and a run scored and an RBI, all in this inning.
Well, Myers took off, which would have been a stolen base had he not made contact with the baseball.
And now they go for the double steal, the late throw home, but the tag is there. Wallen thought he slid around the tag, but he will head back to the dugout. 7 runs on the board for the Andover Huskies. We go to the 4th inning. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
A rough inning in the field for the Cardinals, a couple of errors. And Andover able to take advantage of the opportunity this time and put a big number on the board, up 7-0. As we go to the 4th inning, Brett Butner loving it. Big smile on his face as he goes to the mound.
I mean, he started this game up with a 3-1 record and looking to improve upon that and get another win for his team. Obviously, it's still early, it's just the 4th inning. But Cardinals need to get their bats going against a pitcher who's throwing the ball pretty well.
Yeah, 12 batters went to the plate in that inning. 7 came all the way around to touch it again. And a play at the plate on the double steal attempt kept them from adding even more. Bryce Karen will lead things off for the Cardinals here in the fourth. He walked in his first at bat. And he looks at a fastball for a strike. The only drawback for Buettner is it's been a minute that he's been sitting in the dugout trying to stay warm, and he has been sharp to start so far. Fires another fastball up there, and Karen fouls it back.
Well, as you mentioned, let's take to a 7-0 lead. All smiles right now. That young man on the mound.
And he comes out with a 3-pitch strikeout to start. That is strikeout number 8.
It's impressive.
In just 12 batters.
That's very impressive.
Braden Grisey was a strikeout victim first time up. He's got some frustrations. He'd love to take him out on a baseball, but this one skied left side. Good effort from Knutson, but Grisey will live to see another pitch. Fastball misses low, 1-1. And now inside, 3-1. Buettner was going to make sure that one got over the plate, took a little bit off of it. Grisey, big swing, comes up empty, full count. This one skied out of play down the left field line. Well out of play, but not all the way to the parking lot.
Nope.
So your friend with the auto glass business not getting any from that one.
He's not. I don't know. He may have left.
Another 3-2 pitch from Buettner. Another swinging strike 3. That is number 9 on the afternoon.
Number 9.
8 of those 9 have been swinging strike 3s.
It's a very impressive outing so far for that young man. And
it's the second time tonight he's had 3 straight strikeouts. Happens when you strike out 9 of the first 13.
Well, he had 20 strikeouts coming into tonight.
Fanoff was also a strikeout victim his first time up. Had that strong play charging the bunt attempt to lead off that bottom half of the third inning. It feels like forever ago.
It does.
A lot has happened. Got just a piece of that one. And Buettner ahead, and they count 1-2. He definitely does work quickly when there is nobody on base. That one just missed low, full count.
Just tried to keep that one to the low, see if he can get him to offer.
We saw him sweat a little bit in that last inning after giving up the 2 outs double to Reese Sharp. And that is strike 3. He fans the side. Strikeout number 10 this evening for Buettner. It's all Andover. Huskies 7, Cardinals 0. Middle of the 4th inning on CTN. So this started as a pitcher's duel.
Both
pitchers keeping the opposition hitters off balance through the first couple of innings. And then a bunt single and a little miscommunication leads to the first run of the ball game, and the wheels came off after that. The bases clearing double for Buechner opened it up to 4-0. They had a couple of errors on top of that and just keep piling it on. 7 runs in the inning, and that is where they sit now. And Buechner came out and ended the Cardinals quickly in the top half of this 4th inning.
Yeah,
to get his guys back to the plate.
Yeah, the Cardinal batters just really haven't been able to figure out Brett Buechner here at this point yet. He's been dominant. His guys have produced runs for him.
Griset's first pitch, right back through the middle. Base knock for Keaton Coe to lead things off. He started it with that RBI bunt in the 3rd inning, started the scoring. And he wasted no time jumping on that first offering. His 2nd hit of the ball game. He's been on base all 3 times, a walk in the first. He's got a couple of stolen bases, an RBI, and a run scored.
It's a productive outing so far.
Grandson of the legendary Jerry Coe, longtime coach of the Coon Rapids Cardinals, Cardinal Hall of Famer. And now it's Drew Law at the plate. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored as part of that 7-run 3rd inning.
And again, you got to remember Coe's very aggressive on the base paths, and he's certainly a threat to steal a base here with nobody out. And Griset knows that. He's trying to keep him close.
Called strike, evens the count. Curveball inside, it skips away from Price Karen, and Coe skips his way over to second base into scoring position.
You know, they do such a good job of getting runners in scoring position. And we've seen it a number of times tonight where they had a double steal earlier. And again, you just get opportunities and base hits and lead to runs. That's why it's 7-0.
Easy take for Law as that one was chin high and outside, 3-1. Popped up, hooking towards foul territory. Long run for Lechner.
That's
and
fair.
That is fair. It hooked into the fair territory. Sliding in safely at second base is Law. All the way to third goes Coe. And he stayed at second base expecting it to be either foul or caught. And it just landed right on the line. Fair ball. And a double for Drew Law.
Yeah, that's a crazy one because obviously you think it's going to maybe drift foul. And it would have made a tough play either way for both Lechner and LBV coming in from right.
And now Jackson Knutson with 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Inside, 2-0. Off-speed pitch. Knutson out in front, fouls it off towards the Cardinal dugout, 2-1. Curveball did not miss by much,
No, it did
just
not.
drifted down and away. 3-1 now to Jackson Knutson. Danny Scheller on deck. In there for a called strike, full count. Curveball and Knutson out in front again. Foul in front of first base. We'll try another full count pitch from Braden Grisey. And that one's low, ball 4, and they're all loaded up. Nobody out. Danny Scheller coming to the plate. And Scheller punched out with bases loaded and only one out in that last inning. Didn't get to be a part of the 7-run affair.
He's got a chance.
A call that he felt at least was questionable. Another chance, and he takes a big hack at the first offering. It's back and out of play, 0-1.
Now he's got a chance to be a part of an inning where if he can drive in some runs here with nobody out and bases juiced.
This one smoked to left center, deep, and one hops the fence. One run is in, a second run. And here comes Jackson Knutson. Scheller slides in safely. A 3-run triple, a 10-0 lead for the Andover Huskies.
That's his third triple of the year, and boy, did he give that a ride. And the speed of Danny Scheller shows there as he's able to leg that one out, get all the way to third. No play made, but look at the drive on that. No opportunity for the outfielders and for Coon Rapids as it goes all the way to the fence. And just a nice piece of hitting by Danny Scheller. 3 RBI on the season. That makes it 10-0 now here in the bottom of the fourth.
2 innings in a row that the Andover Huskies have produced a bases-clearing hit. And here they are with a runner at third base, nobody out still. And that's going to be it for Braden Grisey.
Yeah.
We'll step away as we switch pitchers and be back with more of the fourth inning after this on CTN.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
So Reese Sharp has come in to take over on the mound. And we have a new batter too. This is Logan Nisler, the hitter. This one fouled back.
Nisler looking for his first hit of the season.
Up high, 3-1. Brian Petru is the new center fielder. And that was probably ball 4 up high to Nisler. Instead, he swings through. And it is strike 3, a good start for Sharp on the hill.
Now batting for the Huskers, number 6, Mason Sanders.
Mason Sanders, the new batter for Andover.
Outside. No, called strike. 0-1 to Sanders.
Ooh.
Fastball had some clip to it, but not close. 1-1.
Bryce had to make a pretty good play to make sure he kept that in his glove.
Talk about speed with Danny Scheller at third base.
Not a lot of room back at home plate here.
Not like some of the parks.
Not like
home field for the Cardinals or their alternate Winter Crest.
Yep.
Both have big, large areas behind home plate. This one fouled off, out of play over the Coon Rapids dugout. We'll try again at 1-2. Strike 3, a big swing for Sanders underneath. And back-to-back strikeouts for Reese Sharp as he comes on in relief. Bring up Jacob Cook. First pitch grounded to second, scooped by Wes Kendrick over to Lechner for out number 3. So Reese Sharp able to clean it up quickly, but the damage already done. A 3-run triple for Danny Scheller as Andover ahead 10-0 going to the 5th.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handicaps and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then two noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Danny Scheller providing the big blow in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Bases clearing triple that pushes it to a 10-run lead, which means Coon Rapids needs at least one to keep this game going.
Yeah, that shot wasn't far from clearing the fence. He did give that one a ride.
Blake Bowman is the new pitcher for the Huskies. Big lefty coming in with a healthy lead. He'll face Lechner, Wes Kendrick, and then Hayden Lundquist. Cardinals actually had the first hit of the ball game.
They did.
A double by Reese Sharp.
Yep. Oh, nice.
With two out in the top of the third inning. It's their only hit, and they've only had 2 base runners. Last couple of innings, an offensive onslaught from the home team Huskies. They have piled it on with 10 runs. 7 in the third, 3 more in the fourth. And sometimes it's just more head scratching and back to the drawing board for head coach Matt Mossy.
Yeah, it's been a tough one. It started out, as we talked about, as a pitcher's duel, but then
the
Huskies
so
able to
much
open
of
it up.
You talk about obviously athletic ability, physical prowess, God-given talent. All of those things are great.
Right.
But as with any sport, the mental aspect is monumental. And when the fly ball to center was missed in the third inning and the lead went from 1 to 4, and all of a sudden it just snowballed from that point. And a lot of it has been just struggles mentally on the part of the visiting Cardinals. Brady Lechner first to look at Bauman, and he watches a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Lechner ground out to first base back in the second inning. Curveball misses down and away.
Now, Lechner was patient. Tried to take a little off that pitch, obviously, and a little bit too much outside.
This one hit well back through the middle, and it's going to be a leadoff single for Brady Lechner. You can see all the changes in the field. It looks like Cook is now at first base for the Huskies.
And I think Cale Rowe is at shortstop.
Liam West Kendrick swings and misses at a first pitch curveball from Bowman. Now a pitch down in the dirt, skips away from Law, and hustling over to second base is Lechner.
Well,
The slide wasn't pretty, but fortunately he's able to keep the foot on the bag and stay in there safely. Count is 1-1 to Liam West Kendrick, now runner in scoring position with nobody out. Fastball misses high, 2-1. Wes Kendrick late on the fastball, 2-2. And some good snap to that pitch from Blake Bowman. And a swinging strike 3. Bauman able to come back from the leadoff single and get a strikeout of Wes Kendrick. Second time Wes Kendrick has been fanned. The bottom of the order, all strikeout victims to starting pitcher Brett Buettner. Lundqvist looks at a changeup for a strike, going one.
Cardinals would love to be able to produce a run here in this inning. Runner in scoring position, good opportunity.
Fastball is in for a strike, and Lundqvist behind in the count 0-2.
Come on to here, Battle. Come on now.
This one grounded back to the mound. They look at the lead runner, but they'll take the out. Over to third goes Lechner, but now 2 away.
Yeah, absolutely. Take that run, that out for sure.
And the Cardinals down to their final out if they can't get Lechner home from third. Leo Bloom-Vachereau struck out against Buettner. Now against Bauman, he looks at a fastball high, 1-0. Breaking pitch, breaks down and in, 2-0. Underneath the high heat. LBV trying to play the hero.
No, definitely keep this this game going.
Lechner just 90 feet away. Thought about pulling the trigger, did not, and it's a called strike, 2-2. Huskies trying to end this one as early as possible, finish it in 4.5 innings. And they're able to do so, swinging strike 3. And after a leadoff single, Bauman able to get the next 3 in a row. Couple of strikeouts and a big offensive output by the Huskies. All of those 10 runs coming over the last 2 innings. 7 runs in the third, 3 more in the fourth. Danny Scheller, the 3-run triple in that 4th inning to give them the run support they needed to end the night early.
Yeah, they did, and it's an impressive win, and another, unfortunately, a 10-run loss for the Cardinals as they're going to drop to 0-8 on the season. 8-2 now for the Huskies as they're having a good season, hitting the ball really well, pitching well. You saw Buettner's job on the mound. Did a really nice effort for him.
5th 10-run loss for the Cardinals in those 8 games to start the season, but we go back to focus on the positives and realize that once you get to the postseason, everybody starts over at 0-0.
Absolutely, and obviously no place to go up but for the Cardinals, so they've got things to work on, as you talked earlier, going back to the chalkboard, but they'll have some things to work on, but they'll continue forward.
Huskies with 10 runs on just 8 hits, and they win 10-rip on their youth night under the lights at Andover Station. That's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.